I didn't associate myself as being that. I was busy with a script. I had to memorize a script. It changed a lot of those things.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was work. It was a job. You know, I had to be there at a certain time in the morning and work a certain amount of hours, and that's exactly how I treated it. So I was more concerned about if the picture was any good or if I was any good, and it, you know.
There were a lot of action movies. There were always when you were driving a car or you were
Yeah.
doing something.
You know, a lot of people, there's like 32 movies that have gone through it one to another. A lot of people say, I've heard say, oh, he doesn't give a shit, about his movies. He makes all those movies and they just kind of grind them out. We know different. That's one of the things we want to accomplish in this film.
Mm-hmm.
He really cares about when he goes on stage. He really cares about the movies, good or bad. The point is that you care about those films. You care if they're not good.
Yeah, I cared so much until I became physically ill. I would become violently ill. I'd get a temperature or something would happen to me.
What would concern you at the time about the film? What would make you ill?
The fact that I didn't, at a certain stage, I had no say-so in it. I didn't have final approval of the script, which means that I couldn't say this is not good for me, or whatever.
In other words, they just used you. They did anything they wanted to do.
It was that type. It was more or less that type of thing. I don't think anybody was consciously trying to harm me. It was just Hollywood's image of me was wrong, and I knew it, and I couldn't say anything about it. I couldn't do anything about it. I'd be right into production. I was doing a lot of pictures close together, and the pictures got very similar. A lot of them got very similar, and they, if something was successful, I'd try to recreate it the next time around. So I'd read the first 4 or 5 pages, and I knew that it was just a different name with 12 new songs, and the songs were mediocre in most cases. You can't get a good song. So that's what might have made it seem like the indifference, But I was never indifferent. I was so concerned until that's all I talked about. It worried me sick, So I had to change it, which I did. I had to change it around.
On the tour,
I was obligated in like 4 years in advance.
You're not going to remember things like the great dance sequence in Jailhouse Rock. But Jerry told me you choreographed it, your thing yourself. That's a beautiful sequence.
Yeah.
How did that come about? I mean, how did you get that kind of control?
I just did it, and we had a choreographer that just more or less geared the dances off what I did. But I don't know. It's nobody's fault, maybe except my own. I didn't know what to do. I just felt I was obligated very heavily to, a lot of times, to things that I didn't fully believe in. And that was very difficult,
That's the feeling I got.
Well, the difference was this, I think. Turn it real quick. No.
No, you can do it,
Was Elvis's contracts were made up before the scripts. In other words, when people do pictures, they do it by a script. They say, yeah, I'll do this script. Then they do the picture. But Elvis was contracted to do pictures, so he had to do a picture no matter what they told him to do.
Yeah, you got 5 pictures to do. Or
You
whatever.
say, you do this script.
That's what I'm saying. The movies were made, the contracts were signed like 4 years in
for 11
advance.
pictures, 7 pictures, no matter what picture.
So I had thought
That's the difference.
that they would try to get a new property for me or give me a chance to show some kind of acting ability or do a very interesting story. But it did not change. It did not change. And so I became very discouraged. They couldn't have paid me no amount of money in the world to make me feel any self-satisfaction inside.
But yet you still did them. You must have forced yourself.
I had to.
What kind of film would you have liked to have made if you would have had your choice?
That's hard to say. I would like to have had something that was more challenging instead of Hollywood's image of what they thought I was.